This is Kerrigan and Company. Banking shouldn't feel transactional. It should feel personal. At Rockland Trust Bank, we take the time to get to know what matters for your business so we can support what comes next, not just today, but for years to come. Because when you have a banker who knows your business, understands your goals, and sees your vision, that partner can make all the difference. Come bank where your relationship matters. Rockland Trust Bank, where each relationship matters. Go to rocklandtrust.com for more information. Member FDIC. We have stars from two shows that everyone's talking about on this episode of Kerrigan and Company.
Kerrigan and Company is here for you. Yes, Kerrigan and Company is here for you.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Kerrigan and Company. Great to have you with us. We've got two stars of two very big shows, and then the person keeping me co-host is probably the biggest star of all who is joining me today. She is frequently on the back roads and the main streets of New England and the main streets and the back roads of New England. She is the co-host of Chronicle. I am so happy today to have Shayna Seymour with me.
I'm thrilled to be here. We've never met, but I feel like you're my best friend already.
I know.
Thank you for having me today.
Are you kidding? Thank you for taking time. I know how crazy busy schedules are for you guys, and you're a woman on the go. I mean, you're traveling in addition to just trying to keep up your schedule day in and day out.
Every day is a journey.
Oh, I know.
Every day it's looking at my phone. Okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? I can't even look at the next day.
I bet not. No. I can understand that.
But I feel like everyone's envelope is full. It's just about how we fill it, right?
You know, you're not the first person who has sat over there in that seat and said that exact thing to me. I mean, are we busier now than we ever were? What's happening here?
I don't know if it's a stage of life that we're in, or if it's just that everything is go, 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 fast, fast, fast. But it is constant. And actually, I am intentionally now at this phase trying to just take a moment and have a moment of quiet. And I have to grab it because otherwise I won't have it.
No, you won't. I mean, you are so right. I think especially for you, you are at a phase. I mean, you've got one in high school, one in middle school, a great big huge career, trying to keep up with your favorite husband because in the end, that's where you end up, right?
That's my core.
All the rest of this goes away, and he does not. I was always a woman who said, yeah, you can have it all, but you have to recognize that some things have to take priorities at different times. How do you approach it?
I think the same exact way. I do feel like you can have it all, but at different stages of your life. I think it's really hard to have it all and to be present and to be mindful at one particular time. And I literally had this conversation with my husband this morning about where we are right now, where our kids are at right now, and thinking about, just career and journey, and maybe we explore that in 6 to 10 years when the kids are gone, because right now our goal is to be present for where they are in their lives and holding on to that because it is a moment in time. I feel very blessed. I've been able to do a lot of things. Yeah. And I hope there's still more to come. But it doesn't have to be all right now, and I don't want it to be all right now. Yeah. I don't think I could handle it all right now.
Absolutely, yeah. It would be great if you can stretch it all out, right? But you know what? You had a big, huge life before your kids came.
Yes.
Because you've been doing this a long time. So I know,
Thanks for reminding me. Long time.
But you have, but I say this in a very complimentary way. You have a lot of experience in the business, which is really fantastic. But you had that opportunity. Then the kids have come along and you sort of settled into this one spot, which is really, really great. And the kids will go on, and then you'll have big things yet to come. So it does sound like you've got your priorities right.
I hope so. I try. I mean, it's one day at a time.
Yeah, I get it.
And it's giving yourself grace. And it's, for a long time. And still, but when the kids were really, really young, and I think a lot of working parents can relate to this, it literally is checking the boxes and trying to get through the day.
Absolutely.
And now that they're older and self-sufficient and they can do more, you can put a little bit more time into those little details that you weren't able to do at that point in time. Sure. But it's each chapter. And I think when I was a young mother, somebody told me, and I think it's great advice, you take everything in 6-month chunks because it's going to change. and to give yourself grace.
Yeah, that's right. Well, someone said to me, the days are long, but the years are short. And oh, goodness.
I tell myself that every day.
And it is so true.
Yeah.
It is so true. Chronicle, the longest running local magazine show in the nation. Wow, Shayna, and you're sitting right in the center of it. And you know, its popularity is what it was when I came to town, umpteen years ago.
Wow.
I mean, it's really, really great.
It is a gem.
Yes, it's a gem.
It is such an honor to be a part of this show. We just celebrated 44 years, which is incredible. And you took my line, the longest running locally produced nightly news magazine show in the country. And I think the secret to our success is, one, authenticity. I think what you see is what you get from the people who are telling the stories. But even more so than that is location. We have such a range of areas and expertise to draw from. The region, all of New England, you have the rocky coast of Maine, you have the politics of New Hampshire, you have the mountains of Vermont, and then you have the best experts here in Massachusetts at all of the universities and colleges. So there's constantly stories coming. There's constantly people to grab to get these stories. And because we're the good news, quote unquote, there's no shortage of stories. People are constantly feeding us stuff, and people trust us. And, during some tough times, and even now, where things are so crazy in our world, people look to Chronicle as an escape.
So true. Absolutely.
I love 7:30 because I can just turn it on and I can cancel out all the noise.
Yeah.
And just focus in on where I'm going to eat dinner,
Right.
where I need to travel to next, or just good human interest stories. And that, to me, is the biggest compliment. I was at an event the other night, and a woman came up to me and she said, my 91-year-old father just passed, and the only thing that he wanted to do in his remaining days was watch Chronicle.
Oh.
That was his time. That was our time. And I would say, Dad, it's Chronicle time. And he would just perk up and we would watch it together. And it was our special half hour. And that was everything.
Oh, it's the ultimate compliment.
Everything.
The ultimate compliment. It's great. Well, you're a woman who started your career headed toward news, hard news.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Great. So tell me this.
So I got into this business to be an embedded reporter on the red carpet. I was going to Hollywood. I was going to be on Entertainment Tonight, Access Hollywood. But before that, I was going to be Oprah. So that's how I got into this industry. I ended up at the ABC affiliate in Springfield, Massachusetts. I can't even think of the call letters right now. But I was there. I was there for 2 and 9 months, and I was doing the morning and noon anchor. And I liked it and I enjoyed it, but I always still had my eye on doing long form reporting, feature reporting, and entertainment reporting. And there was nothing in this area that was remotely close to that in the local news world. At the same time, I was dating my now husband, and he was living out here in the Boston area. And I was ready to leave Springfield and WGGB, ABC 40, thank you. And Chronicle called. And this was the closest thing to feature reporting, long form reporting that I would be able to do in New England, in this region, and still kind of follow up on this relationship that I had started with this guy who I thought was really cute. And so the stars kind of aligned. And now, which is crazy, it will be 20 years in April. April 17th will be my 20th anniversary at WCVB and at Chronicle. And it was a great fit. It was a perfect match. Right. And through this time, I've had the opportunity to interview some great celebrities and go out to LA and do some, junket type of stuff, all the stuff that I got into this business to do. But I would never call myself a hard news reporter.
Well, I knew that you were an anchor before you took this job over. So you're sort of destined. You were sort of pushing that, getting pushed that way. But how lucky were you?
Yeah,
That this one, there. When I first came to town, there were reporters like what you're talking about. Of course, Sarah Edwards was here, Joyce Cole Haywick, but they were dying breed. They were on a local level. They were going away. Those two women, I know them both well, and both women would say they knew they had the luckiest last job in town.
Trust me.
And I know you must have.
I feel that
looked at these women
way.
going, oh,
because I was like Joyce Cole Haywick. Oh my
I know.
like and I remember she was honored at an Emmy ceremony when I was starting off in the Boston market, and I was like, I want her job.
Yeah, right. Surely she wants to get out of the business.
Surely one of these days I can cover her beat. But I will also want to just add, I do the news, and I do enjoy the news, and I love the news, and that is our station.
Yeah, sure.
And I even was for 6 months, I was the weekend morning anchor at CVB, and then the Chronicle anchor position became available. But so I do have an appreciation of both, but my path and my journey into this world started because I was going to be on the red carpet. That didn't happen. Yeah. I think it takes you another direction.
Can I tell you something, though? I think you've got a better gig than that because you've got the best of both worlds, which is really fantastic. Yeah. And, my whole purpose for asking you this was you sort of mentioned this at a time when, I look at it now, and my whole life was spent in hard news, and I look at it now and I think, man, I am so happy that I'm not sitting there doing that anymore because this is a really tough time. And during the course of my career, we had some really tough times. We had wars and we had murders and we had all that hard news brings. But boy, these times are so divisive and it's so tough. What a respite for you to go to the Chronicle set or to get that Chronicle assignment for the day and to sort of get away from that.
There's no shortage of appreciation. I recognize what I have. And it's a special, long form, locally produced.
Period, regardless. Right.
Television shows, they don't really exist.
Right.
And I think it's also a testament to Boston. We're tried and true. Bostonians like what they like. And they have been so supportive of what we do and what we bring. So I thank God daily for the opportunity that I have in front of me. And I don't take anything for granted.
Why do you think that shows like yours are not produced in more markets? Do you think it's money?
I think it's money.
When it's all said and done?
It's expensive.
Of course it is.
It's really expensive. And we have a very big staff at our station. And I think to produce the type of quality of show that we do on a daily basis, it takes investment. And it's really hard in this day when the landscape in television, as you know, is changing so much to really invest in local programming the way that Hearst and WCVB has supported our program. But I think the reason why we're able to stay is, again, it's a testament to this market and a testament to the location. Yeah.
Well, and it's such a tradition here, which is all part of being a testament to the market. But it is such a tradition here. So it was well rooted before these really difficult times started as well, I think, in TV. So it's quite a testament to you. I love the show, and I think it's terrific. And you are a great anchor on it. We do this little thing here, the Rockland Trust Fast 5.
Oh, gosh.
It's rapid fire. This is exactly what you said before we started you didn't want to do. And now I am sitting back, sort of laughing because I don't have to do it. I want to tell you that a couple of weeks ago, I had a co-host who turned it on me, and she had a Fast Five from me.
It was brilliant.
Oh, it was awful. It was awful. I told them, cut it out. Fast Five is brought to you by Rockland Trust Bank, where each relationship matters. Visit your nearest branch or go to rocklandtrust.com to learn more. Are you ready, ma'am?
I'm not.
Oh, you are. You are. 30 seconds here to answer these 5 questions. Where's your favorite place that you've been to when it comes to Chronicle stories?
My happy place, Martha's Vineyard.
Dunkin's or Starbucks?
Dunkin's.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Spelman College?
Oh, love, friends, sisterhood, all the good stuff.
Who is one person you would love to interview?
Oh, Barack Obama.
And what's the best time of year in Boston and why?
Okay. I think
Holiday lights.
I know. This is a tricky one. All the seasons are wonderful, but I think I just go to summer all the time, and it's specific to Boston or Massachusetts. I think Boston, you got the Red Sox, you got the energy, you can be outside, you can eat dinner outside, you can walk the streets, then you can also take a road trip to the Cape and the islands, and you can really take advantage of all that this amazing state has to offer. So I'm going to stick with summer.
If you said that your favorite place is the Vineyard and you didn't say summer, I wouldn't have known what to do with you.
It is.
I would not.
It is my heart.
Hey, Rockland Trust is a good sponsor for us, and they want you to have that. So I have a mug, my dear. Spelman College, you got your undergraduate there.
Yes.
And that's where you were a sorority girl. And you were all those wonderful things.
I was all those things.
Yeah.
Spelman College is an HBCU, historically black college and university. I knew that I wanted to go to an HBCU. Both of my parents went to an HBCU. They went to Howard University. And I grew up in a predominantly white town, Amherst, Massachusetts. So I wanted to experience something different in college. I was searching for something, looking for something, and I found it. And a testament to that is that, a lot of years later, all of my girlfriends from college, we all got together to celebrate a big birthday. And it was incredible. It was like a day hadn't gone by. And It's just the relationships and the bonds and the love and the coming of age that we experienced together it was all just there. And I'm so appreciative and blessed to have had that experience and opportunity.
Yeah, well, good for you. That is great. Went on to get your master's degree journalism from Syracuse. Yes. She is a Newhouse girl. I have a Newhouse girl in my house as well.
Gotta love her.
I'm the University of Missouri, so I don't know. We try to love each other on a regular basis.
Fair enough.
Shayna Seymour is here with me, and I'm so happy that she is. When we come back, we are going to have the star. She's a local girl, and she's one of the stars of the Broadway show SUFFS that is here in Boston, starting tonight, in fact, and we're recording on the 17th. So great show, and we're going to chat with her what it means to be in that show. Coming up next right here on Kerrigan and Company. Some banks focus on transactions. At Rockland Trust, we focus on people. Relationships come first because financial success isn't built in a single meeting or a single moment. It's built over time by listening and showing up, by being in your corner through every stage of life or business. Come bank where your relationship matters. Rockland Trust, where each relationship matters. Member FDIC. Do you need to buy new technology? Let AGI Beacon help you buy better tech for less. The team at AGI Beacon understands technology from the inside out. AGI Beacon provides expert guidance to help businesses navigate complex technology decisions with clarity. With AI transforming business operations at an unprecedented pace, having the right advisory partner is no longer an option. Go to agibeacon.com today to learn how they can help you with all your technology needs. That's agibeacon.com. This segment of Kerrigan and Company is brought to you by Allure Matchmaking. Your forever after is waiting for you. Find them through Allure Matchmaking. Go to allurematchmaking.com today. Welcome back, everybody, to Kerrigan and Company. Good to have you with us. And, of course, keeping me company today is Shayna Seymour, and we're having a great time.
So much fun.
And I'm very excited about our first guest today. She is one of the stars of the Broadway show SUFFS. It is so great to have Livvy Marcus with us. And Livvy is also a local girl. Hometown girl done good. Yeah.
Go Sox.
Listen, now that everybody's going to fall in love with you, all you have to do is say, go Sox.
Don't right? I know it.
Livvy, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is your first national tour.
It is, yep.
And here you are in Boston.
I'm so excited.
Tell everybody about the part.
I play Doris Stevens, who is the secretary of the National Women's Party in our show. She comes in as a young student, and over the course of the 7 years of the show becomes a radical activist and then a brilliant writer and biographer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. As Kim mentioned, you are a hometown girl. What does it feel like to be able to perform here in Boston in front of your people?
It feels incredible. I'm so glad to be home. For context, I've been on this tour for 7 months, and I've been kind of counting down the days until I get to come home because I've never done, since I was in high school, I haven't been back to do theater in this area. You know, I've been lucky enough to perform all over the country. But this was a big goal of mine, and it's so nice to be back, especially with this particular show.
Well, you've actually had 2 homecomings. Because you also performed down in Providence,
right?
So in Providence,
grandparents in Warwick,
right? So that was your first one back in January, right?
That was
then had a little bit of time, and now here you are in Boston. I mean, that's got to you're hitting every spot.
Absolutely,
yeah, it's so great.
It's the privilege of my lifetime, and I'm so glad that like my 92-year-old grandfather was able to come to Act 1. King of the show in Providence, and now like my high school teachers who told me that I was good enough, like they're coming in Boston, and it's just magical.
It's fantastic.
It's really
fantastic.
cool.
So tell us about your character and how you prepared for this role.
Well, I'm lucky enough to have a tremendous amount of like primary resources about my character because she wrote the book that the show is based on. So first and foremost, I got the call that I booked this role and went online and bought the book that she wrote and read it while I was on vacation. So there's a lot of funny pictures of me with my family, like in a bikini on the beach, reading this like very dark book about liberation and women's suffrage. It's so incredibly written. And I tried to study the Broadway production, and the brilliant Nadia Tadashi, who played my role on Broadway, is a friend of mine. And then the minute we got into rehearsals, I dropped it all. No book, no Broadway, and it was I just tried to focus on myself.
Sure. You and the cast around you, I guess, you know, playing
the best
off of
people
all of them.
Ever.
Yeah.
I love my cast.
How long have you been acting?
I think my first show, I was 7 in Foxborough. Yeah, I've been at this a long time.
Well, not too long.
Not really.
I'm older than I look.
10 years.
No.
I just told Shayna she'd been in the business a long time. Now
She said a long time.
Listen, that's chic. That's chic.
There you go.
So your first role was 7.
Yep, I did Annie.
That's
Classic.
so awesome.
That's everyone's first show.
Well, if you can sing, I mean, that's the beauty.
Yes.
You have that fabulous voice, which I told you off
Thanks.
air.
That's
You've
very
got that
nice.
little, I mean, it's not little, it's angelic. It's really a great
you.
voice, and that's so exciting. What's the ultimate role for you?
Oh, like in any musical?
Do you sit back and go, man, if I could just...
Yeah, I feel like the fashionable thing to say is like, it hasn't been written yet. And
very good.
I do love when people say that, and I do kind of feel that way. That being said, my dream role is Anne Egerman in A Little Night Music. That's the real
really?
truth, yeah.
Wow.
That is a good
Someday.
one.
Yeah, good for you.
That would be cool.
So why do people need to run and not walk to come see this show?
So many reasons. So many reasons. It's topical, it's funny, it's singular, it's brilliantly written, and not to brag, but I just think this cast is so unbelievably talented, and you're going to see some of the best and most specific acting you've seen in a while if you come to see our show. I love this cast.
I think a lot of people don't know the fact that this is a very funny show.
Yeah.
There's a lot of humor, even though the subject itself was not necessarily a funny one.
Absolutely.
You know, and the interesting thing about it is that it's the last 7 years of the movement, right?
Yeah.
Versus, you know, the whole however long, the 20 some odd years, right?
65 years.
Yeah, 65
Yeah.
years, right, of the movement. What do you think makes it, I mean, why is it funny? How did they do that?
Yeah. Well, I always say that I would have known this show was written by a woman, regardless of whether I had read about it or not, because we know how to find humor in the most dire of circumstances. I think that's the power of women. I think that's the power of women together. You go to a group of women in a room and we're laughing. And I think that we know when to take it seriously. There's a lot of gravitas in this show. But I also think a lot of the humor comes from the irony of the difficulties of the movement. It's so fun to like be tongue in cheek about this thing we all know about and kind of like invite the audience in, like, this is crazy. Let's have a good laugh about it because we're all in it together. I am lucky enough to be one of the funny characters. Not the whole time. Things get real, but it's a privilege of mine for sure.
And for those that aren't familiar with SUFFS, can you go into a little bit more detail about what it's actually about?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's about the last 7 years of the women's suffrage movement, which is women fighting for the right to vote, until the ratification of the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote. And it's kind of about like the 3 different avenues of getting that goal met. So permitted protesting, civil disobedience, and legislation. We have a lot of really funny scenes that take place in really unfunny spaces, like the State House and conventions, and it's fantastic.
You know, you said something that I think is so interesting. You think it really, while obviously the 19th Amendment was passed long ago, you think it's really relevant today because it hits subject matters that are relevant today.
100%.
Give us an idea of what you see as the relevance.
Well, first of all, I love that this show shows how all liberation movements work in concert with each other. This wasn't just a bunch of pretty girls in pretty dresses politely asking for the right to vote. There was real fighting that happened, and I hope it galvanizes young people to fight for what they believe in. And I also feel that the entire structure of the musical is a story that we all know as humans, which is we have falling in love, we have lowest moments and climbing out to triumph, and it's really lovely.
You mentioned that you've been doing this since age 7, and you talk about the triumphs that the women have had to go through and in the story that you're portraying. What have you had to go through to make it to this point, even to getting this role?
Yeah. You know, being an actor is like hard. It's also, I will say, really easy. Like, the job is a gift, and there's never a moment where I'm at work where I'm like, man, I am not so lucky to be here. But I've been out of the industry. I've been back in, auditioning. I went to undergrad for this, so I've been at this a really long time. And, you know, I don't know if I'm as hippie woo-woo as maybe even my parents, but I will say when this email came across, I was like, ooh, I hope this one's for me. I feel like this is really aligned with where I'm at in my life and my goals and the kind of art I want to be helping facilitate. And the audition process was really fun. You don't hear that all the time.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, I just want to keep working with these people. And when I got the yes, it felt really aligned, and I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, Livvy, I mean, we laughed, but being an actor is not easy. And you have to have thick skin because you have to hear no a lot.
Yeah. Rejection constantly.
Yeah.
It rocks.
Which is, I love that you've taken on that attitude.
Super
there
great.
you go. Yeah, everybody needs to be told no,
Absolutely.
right?
All the time.
So what happens next? I know, how long is the tour? Do you know how long it's going to be
It's a
out?
year.
Yeah.
So we have, 4 months left? 3-4 months left. And then after that, you know, you go back to New York and you try to do the next thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And what are you eyeing?
Well, I can't say anything yet, but I'm really excited to potentially be working for the first time in my life professionally without singing. I'm trying to just see what that's like to do like a play or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
absolutely.
I wish I could sing. I'd be singing all the time. You want to give
I
that
know,
up?
just one time, and then I'll go straight back to singing, I'm sure. But just to see what it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't know. What does this opportunity mean to you to be able to
So
do
much.
this?
To travel around the country to tell this story, it means an incredible amount to me.
Yeah.
I do think that it's very, like you said, relevant today, and it's even with the news that comes out in the morning affects how the audience receives the show at night every day. And it's to give people that space to feel how they're feeling in this dark room and be given the history and then also be given the hope at the end of like, it was this hard. It was this successful. They go together, the difficulty and the triumph.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited too. I'm going to be there tomorrow night. Can't wait.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to see the show, and I'm looking forward to it. And listen, continued success. I hope that this show just opens doors to, just unbelievable things, and we'll see you at the Tonys very soon. And,
Thank you so much.
I'm not one who just, you can't just hang out. You got to get there. We got to get there. We'll have you at the Academy Awards singing the next song for a Disney movie.
Heck yeah. Oh my God, please.
From my lips to the next casting director's ears, right?
Thanks.
Putting out all the good.
Livvy Marcus, listen, continued success, hon.
Thank you.
Great to have you here. So glad you could be here. All right, stay with us, everybody. Another actor joining us. This one involved in a television show. We're going to share that with you when we come back. This is Kerrigan and Company. If you're tired of endless swiping, superficial chats, and first dates that go nowhere, it might be time for something different. Allure Matchmaking offers a refined, confidential, and human-centered approach to finding love. For more than 2 decades, executive matchmaker Jill Vander has coached and personally hand-selected matches for successful, discerning singles. No dating apps, no public profiles, just curated, meaningful introductions with people who truly align with your goals, values, and lifestyle. If you're ready to meet someone of your echelon, visit AllureMatchmaking.com and level up your dating life. Here's a word from Sienna Aesthetics.
My name is Dr. Howard Kesselman. I'm the medical director at Sienna Aesthetics Medical Spa in Beverly, Massachusetts. I'd like to discuss with you 3 benefits of GLP beyond those of weight loss, with which I think many are familiar. Number 1 has very favorable and protective effects on the heart. Number 2 is very potent anti-inflammatory effects. Number 3, kidney disease, very protective against progression of chronic kidney disease.
For a free GLP-1 consultation, go to siennaesthetics.com and book today. Welcome back, everybody, to Kerrigan and Company. Of course, Shayna Seymour keeping me company, and we just had Livvy Marcus.
She was awesome.
She's cute as a bug, isn't she?
Oh, my gosh.
How old do you think she is?
Oh,
Not very.
No. I don't. She's under 30.
I think, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. She's definitely under 30.
So much potential.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm anxious to see the show because I'm not joking. I mean, I didn't want to make it sound... But she's got the sweetest voice you have ever heard in your life. And it's strong. It's not like it's a little voice, but she really could be a little princess, like a, Disney princess.
It's amazing to me because you take for granted what you have. But she's like, I'm looking forward to doing a role where I'm not singing. You're looking forward to doing a role where you're not singing.
I know.
If I could sing the alphabet, I would be singing
everywhere
right
I
now.
go. Yes,
Hello, Kim.
I know. I hear you. If you only knew.
If you only knew.
Well, listen, our next guest, I don't know if he sings.
Oh, we'll find out.
But I have a feeling he does a whole lot of things. And I know one thing, a lot of people are very familiar with him, thanks to the fact that, number 1, he was just in the movie Mercy, which is crazy.
Yes.
And now he's on the number 1 series on television, Love Story, of course, the story about John and Carolyn Bissett. It is so good to have Noah Fearnley with us. Hello there, sir.
Hi, Noah.
Hi, how are you? Good. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you. And thanks for getting up out there in L.A. We appreciate your time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, you're having a pretty good couple of months, right?
I mean, yeah, this show it's just been a whirlwind of things going on, and just, I mean, wow, right?
Well, it's on FX and Hulu. The last episode's just about to drop, and you are playing the Carolyn Bissett love interest, the boyfriend that she had prior to meeting John.
Michael Bergen, yes.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about that experience playing Michael Bergen.
Well, 1, it was a huge experience. 2, I actually met Michael in real life yesterday.
Stop it!
Yeah.
Do you look alike?
They did.
when you're looking at him?
Yeah.
I mean, I could see, like, in the future, look, when I was talking to him, it just felt like I was kind of looking, at maybe something in the future. It was awesome. It was great.
AI fast forwarded. Is that what it was?
Yeah. I met with him and the rest of the Bergen group, and his wonderful wife Joy. Met them all yesterday, and that was awesome. And we've sent some texts back and forth, but we met in person yesterday, so that was just like.
So what does he think? Does he think you're doing a great job, or what did he think?
Well, I can't speak for him, but
Sure you can.
There was a smile on his face, and he was in a great positive mood, so that was good. There's a lot of emotions that come with that, because when I showed up, obviously, he probably has his own emotions in the room. I had my emotions. If you probably look at the security cameras, I'm in the back like, oh God, okay, what do I do? All right, figuring that out. But it was great, and the show was it was just an experience that I have not had before, for sure. Ryan Murphy show. It was my second Ryan Murphy show. I worked on Dr. Odyssey, and just such a journey for 6 to 7 months.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Well, just expanding upon Kim's question, what is it like to actually play a real life person that's still around and still in your circle?
Exactly.
What is that like?
That feels hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
There are emotions that not many people get to have. And when I say that, I mean it's an experience of you have to obviously take care of the feelings of the show and the network and all the individuals making it. You also have Michael, who's a real life, who at some point you're going to have to come face to face to. And did you show respect and portray and take care of his story in a way? Then you have myself, who's in the middle of it. And my own opinions and thoughts of the role in the show and the story and all the things. So, I mean, definitely something that, you when you go through it, you'll understand, but not many people might have the opportunity to portray somebody who's actually still living,
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. Yeah, somebody you would possibly meet as you have. Well, I know I've seen you interviewed, and I know, Noah, that you have said numerous times the crazy part was the two of you had so much in common, and you were always looking for things that made you different. I mean, you guys both started as models. You do look very much like he did when he was young. You both from Connecticut. Went to rival high schools, I heard you say, which is so crazy. So, I mean, did he live up? Let me just ask you, did he live up to who you thought he was?
Honestly, he did.
Oh, good. Okay.
He really did. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know the energy or what I, was going to receive, of course. But just meeting him, I've been looking forward to meeting him for a long time in person. So it finally happened, and I'm very, very happy that we had the chance to do that.
It's cool.
Well, no, this particular love story is iconic. All right, this is one for the books, obviously. What is it like to be a part of this production and be a part of this story and to bring this story to a whole new audience that may not be as familiar with it as the two of us are?
Right. My daughter's a perfect example.
Right.
She's 25 years old. She's absolutely enamored.
Right.
Because she wasn't around when this actually happened and all this was going on.
Well, I'm kind of in a similar boat. I'm 26.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
So the stuff that I know about JFK Jr., Carolyn Bissett, and everything was I learned from my mother. My mother always spoke about it. She loved speaking about it. Even my grandmother spoke about JFK Jr. and everything. So they were huge fans and looked up to them. So I got my information from there. Then I went down the road of the story, which I did all this research, of course, on them, on Michael, on and everything. And so it's just a lens or a perspective of myself that I went down that I was just very fascinated with just growth of things that how they kind of come about.
Sure. That's great. That's great. Okay, I got to change gears. I know you're from Connecticut, and now you live in LA. But you spent some time right here in our neighborhood. This is crazy. You played football at Endicott.
Yes.
Had an injury. Now, you got to tell the whole story, because I know you didn't stay the whole time, did you? Because you ended up having an injury that ended your football career. So tell us a little bit about how you ended up there.
I haven't even spoken about this years. Seriously, it was so devastating to me. Football was my whole life. I wanted to be. Football was my whole life. I didn't have another identity. That was what I wanted to do. I set my mind to it, and that's it. And
what position did you play?
I played safety. I played safety, defense. Yeah, and I don't know. I decided to continue my career at Endicott, and I had a great experience there, and I met so many great friends, and I love Boston. I would go to Boston on the weekends. It was really great. And I had a knee injury. It was really, cool play, intercepted. I was running on the sidelines, and my knee got taken out, and my knee kind of just went, and I was in like a leg brace cast for like a really long time, and the depression and the anxiety hit and all these things, and the identity of Noah kind of was lost.
Yeah.
So I ended up trying to stay, and I just, I was just so lost, didn't know what to do at the end of the day. So, I transferred down to the University of Tampa, and then slowly started merging into the acting world.
Sure. Now, while you were at Endicott, they have this thing that's very much like Shark Tank.
Oh.
And you had an idea, and you presented it, and you won.
I did. That's so funny. I still haven't spoken about that either in so long. Endicott did this thing called Spark Tank, and it was where I was a big business guy. I was always, I was in class at Endicott, but I was in class like building either a business or like a tech or some type of company. And I developed this thing, and I was trying to infuse like leather and luxury material into workout apparel, and so we went down this whole road of Spark Tank and with Endicott, and I was grateful to have won, and it was just an experience for like some young college kid to go through, and like wow, just wow.
I have to tell you, I have a business radio show here in Boston, and the folks there at Endicott just reached out to me just last Thursday or Friday to see if I would want to come up and meet some of the kids and have them on and do whatever. And then I read about you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So good for you. So it's still going on. Just I'm telling you.
That's
wow,
awesome.
So interesting. I haven't been like really connected with Endicott too much, since. But such a great experience, and I just love Boston.
Great.
Oh, well, how much do you love Boston? Okay, so you're a sports guy, but you're from Connecticut, New Englander, but you're also in that tri-state world. So does your love lie for New England sports or those Boston teams?
Wow. You better watch out. That's all I
went there. I know. This is a Boston-based show.
I know this is a Boston-based show, but I got to stay close to my roots here. I don't think you're going to like my answer.
I don't think we are.
I'm a Yankee guy.
I was just going to tell you our last guest, who's a Broadway star, said to us, first words out of her mouth were, "Go Sox."
Thank you. Yes. And we are at the Garden right now.
Yeah, we're sitting at the TD Garden.
Home of the Celtics and Bruins.
Hey, what's on tap? This has been a wonderful gig for you, but obviously this one's just about in the books. So what comes next?
I mean, right after this, I'm going to a really great meeting, and I have meetings all week for some cool things, and I think I might have my next my next show lined up. I don't, it's not confirmed, but
that's great.
Yeah, it looks like things are going pretty well.
Yeah. Getting in a Ryan Murphy, I know you said this is your second Ryan Murphy, but this one is a huge success. This has got to open doors for you, I would think.
Yeah, I mean 100%. And I've been doing this for a while. I'm going to year 6. I've done like so many movies that like no one's heard about.
Yeah.
Like I've been I've maybe depends on what level they're at, but like I've maybe done about like probably 60 or 65 movies as like the lead role that like no one's heard about. So this one was for sure, it gave me a little bit of the, okay, keep going. There are stuff, more that can allow your work to be seen. But, so.
Yeah, it's a big, huge mountain to climb. And, you're living proof. You're clearly very talented, very good looking, and you've been in a whole lot of things and you're still climbing. But I hope this one was the one that really pushes the door.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people like entertainment in general. Like people, it's I don't want to say it's a game, but like it's this thing of like you kind of get sucked into like you are pursuing something, but it's so difficult to get over that line. And
Sure.
and you do so much work that like nobody sees. And in the beginning, people try to use the whole like a lot of people would say like this pretty face thing, and I was like, that's just ridiculous, because if you saw all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes and all the work and the obsession of the stuff, you would understand that like it's the complete opposite. It's an obsession of the craft, and for this was definitely a moment for me that I was like, oh, okay, like maybe some of that is starting to come to fruition of scene or respect or whatever you want to call it.
That's
Sure.
great.
Absolutely.
What can you tell us about this Baywatch reboot?
That we've been conversating about, and I still never got a call.
Are we manifesting this right now?
I mean, listen, we were very adamant about really pursuing it, and got in touch with them a lot, and I was just at the Elton John Oscar party the other day, and I was speaking about it there, and somebody came up to me and I mean, looking forward to seeing the show. I'm definitely was, Michael was on Baywatch.
Yeah.
Right. So, Michael was on Baywatch. I just did, this thing portraying Michael. So I thought it'd be great, the show and whatever. But, I would have really, really liked to kind of be a part of that. I was very intrigued by it, but, we'll see, and happy for those guys for sure.
Okay.
Hey, listen, you're going to be in Boston ever?
I don't know the next time.
Okay. Well,
But if I am, I'll reach out.
come. Yeah. If you're in Boston, we want you to come. We want you to come be here in the studio with us if you get this way.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Before we wrap, do you have a dream role, a dream actor, actress, director that you'd love to work with?
That's I don't know if anybody's really asked me that. I do, and I don't know if I really said it out loud that much. Maybe once I said it. The Joker. Yeah,
Maybe I could see it.
I think I can too.
Yeah, there's the Joker's kind of always been something for me that I've always been intrigued about by just the role. And director, obviously, there's the greats. Spielberg is, he's always been somebody I've looked up to. So
Absolutely. The Joker is a tough role.
It is. I'm like,
That would be a challenge.
you got to do the face and
You
the
bet.
hands
Yeah.
and the.
Yeah, that would be a challenge. But we'll keep our fingers crossed, okay?
thank you.
We'd like to see you as the Joker. I can't believe I've never said to anyone, I'd like to see you as the Joker.
No, but now we know we want
But
this.
now we know.
That's great.
Noah, thanks very much. Continued success.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate
You
it.
bet. It's been a lot of fun. We appreciate it. All right, everybody, stay with us. We'll wrap things up in just a moment. This is Kerrigan & Company.
If you like rum, you're going to love Rumson's Rum, New England's most award-winning rum brand. Rumson creates distinctive and savory flavor profiles by hand-selecting and marrying the finest barrel-aged Caribbean rums. The spirits are then blended and finished in the New England Rum House. Choose from Rumson's Gold, Spiced, Grand Reserve, or Coffee Rum. Find Rumson's at liquor stores or ask for it at your favorite restaurant. Learn more at rumsons.com. That's rumsons.com. Rumsons. Life lived, life enjoyed.
This segment of Kerrigan & Company is brought to you by Sienna Aesthetics Medical Spa. Take years off your face with the very latest technologies at Sienna Aesthetics in Beverly. Well, it's that time of the show when we have to wrap things up, and I really don't want to wrap it up today, but I know you have other things to do.
So much fun. Thank you for having me and talking with Lizzie and Noah and you, of course.
It's been a good show. It really has.
Every day I talk to my kids, I'm like, what's your highlight of your day? And there's no doubt that this will be the highlight of my day.
That's
today.
very kind of you to say. Thank you so much. Tell me, what's going to happen with Shayna over the next couple of years?
That's a good
Hopefully
question,
gonna
Kim.
just Thank you for asking,
What do
Kim.
you think, Kim? I ask myself this question every day.
Is there like big vacation plans? Are there big college search plans?
Gosh.
What are some of the
All
cool
of the
things?
above.
Yeah.
So this summer I'm excited because I'm going to Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii.
Awesome.
So I'm very excited
Great.
about that. A lot of youth sports in my future
Yes.
in the coming years, and it has been, but we are very actively involved in that, and that keeps me busy when I'm not
absolutely.
at work. And I actually love it.
it's so good.
I really enjoy it. And, you know, for me right now, the goal of this year and always is just be present. And my husband said it so beautifully to me because I'm always everywhere. He's like, be where your feet are. And that's what I'm
That's a
looking
phrase to live by.
That's a phrase to live by.
is.
And I'm trying to pass it along because I'm like, that's good,
Yeah.
honey.
He's right.
He's right.
So
and
right.
so I think I'm just trying to be more present and just kind of lean into where opportunities fall.
Great. Anything exciting coming up on Chronicle we should all know about?
There's always exciting things coming up on Chronicle. Let me see. Well, May. I don't know the shows that we're doing, but that's a sweeps, obviously,
Sure.
and we always try to put our best foot forward then. I think as a station, we're looking forward to the marathon. That's a big deal for us.
Yep.
I think the 130th marathon, Boston Marathon this year. So that's exciting. And then I think we Sail Boston this summer.
Oh, yeah. It's a
It's
crazy year for.
It's a big
Yeah.
deal, and then you have the World Cup. So I think all of these events,
Sure.
a lot of our content for Chronicle is going to be focused around those events. So I think that's where we're kind of steering and going. And
Absolutely.
I might be doing some stuff with Broadway in Boston in the coming months, which I'm excited about. But that's still in the works.
Livvy Marcus, watch
I know,
out.
coming after you, girl.
This has been so fun. Thank you so much. 7:30 every evening. Everybody
Every
can
night.
find you there on Chronicle. And it's been great to meet you.
You as well, Kim.
Yeah.
Thank you. For
We won't
having
make
me.
this our last
No.
gathering, that's for sure. Hey, I hope it's not our last gathering either. All of you at home listening or watching on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, be sure that you subscribe. And if you're not following us on social, I hope you'll do just that. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks, everybody, for listening to Kerrigan and Company. To find out who will keep me company and be my co-host on the next episode, be sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. Kerrigan and Company is recorded at the Big Night Studios at the TD Garden in Boston. You can view the podcast on YouTube and listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure you tell a friend. The executive producer of Kerrigan and Company is David Thompson, and our social media managers are Grace Kerrigan, Colby Thompson, and Riley Thompson. See you next time.